Hello, beautiful beings. We are going to get into a reading that I used to do daily here on my channel, and I want to bring it back. So we're going to find out what it is that we need to be aware of and focusing on right now. And if you're new to my channel, I'm Crystaljoy, Wounded Healer, helping to guide you through the depths of your soul to illuminate the light within. On the deck today, we have the quartz. Not gonna lie, I tried to record this reading a few times and something about the energy was just totally off. I did have the green aventurine on the deck and something kept telling me to change the stone. So I went with the quartz instead. So there's just some, for whatever reason, some of you are strongly being guided to work with quartz. But we're gonna go ahead and find out what is it that we are being encouraged to focus on at this time. Let's go ahead and get into it. A lot of you might be feeling that too with the energies. Ooh, okay, I love that. Because we've just stepped through the eclipse gateway. We just had an eclipse on November 8th, and so that was the exit point of the gateway for the eclipse season. And so you know, when we're in an eclipse, there's a feeling of disconnect. And so if you're feeling like that, if you're feeling like your own energy is just all over the place, not making sense, not feeling like yourself, just feeling disconnected from yourself, your intuition, just so many things. If you're just feeling just so disconnected, it's a result of these energies from the eclipse. You know, like I said, we're stepping through that now and we're coming into the 11:11 gateway. So time for accelerated awakening. So make sure that if you feel like you're in that state where you're just like, try to shift your energy, shift your thoughts into a higher vibration, because you don't want to be manifesting in anything undesirable. We have the Queen of Pentacles. It's in a transitional energy. It's going into the reverse position. And I feel that someone is, again, feeling disconnected. This is disconnected from their independence. And I thought that was really interesting because, like I said, tried to record this a few times. The energy was just like, I just wasn't getting the message through clearly. And what I did see in one of those 3 takes earlier was the King of Pentacles, and now we have the counterpart for that. So very interesting message coming through right here, but we're gonna go ahead and get a little bit more. So you are being encouraged right now to pay attention and to focus on this disconnect. Find ways that you can reconnect, like I was saying, to feeling more independent. Strong guidance lately in pretty much all of my messages about reconnecting to the inner feminine. Whether you are masculine or feminine identifying, this is about energy, and all of us have those energies within us. Some of us, this is a message, we're leaning too far into the masculine. My throat chakra wants to close up on me right now. So some of you, the reason you're feeling this disconnect is because you're not speaking your authenticity. You're not speaking your authentic truth. You're not standing in your independence. And I've been picking up in my readings the last couple days as well, loneliness, because some of you are not speaking your authentic truth, even though you feel like you're surrounded by so many people who adore you, love you, and even support you. You're still feeling like, if I'm around so many people, why do I feel so lonely? And it's because you are not speaking your truth. You are not being your authentic self. And I'm hearing like there's something about your creative abilities here. Like you're just not nurturing your creative ideas, and you are becoming too dependent on others. I'm getting like Empress vibes from this, or High Priestess vibes, like very, very high vibe, divine feminine energy. But again, this is in regards to needing to lean back into those energies. I'm also seeing like waves of the ocean. So once again, guidance to connect with water, even if it's just a shower or a bath at home, if that's all you have access to. We're gonna get a Seeds of the Sacred Feminine to go with this, because definitely, again, some guidance with that inner feminine energy. So we're going to go ahead and get a message on that. The stone on the Seeds of the Sacred Feminine deck today is the blue howlite. So always encourage people to look into the stones that I'm using in my readings and see how they might be able to guide you and assist you. So let's go ahead and find out what is some Seeds of the Sacred Feminine guidance for us in regards to tapping back into that high vibing inner feminine. Whoever you are, Empress, High Priestess vibes. Again, doesn't matter if you're masculine or feminine. This is about your inner energy, okay? Wow. Inner energy, out like a nunchuck. And that landed on the Earth Warriors too. And I love the the colors on this card. We're definitely getting an Earth Warrior on this. Take a deep breath. That's so funny because I'm like speaking a mile a minute, and for a moment I was like, I gotta take a breath. So this is you. This is, again, you're not speaking your authentic truth. It's creating so much tension within yourself. And what do we do when we're tense? We stop breathing. I caught myself doing that the other day because I was so deep in thought, and I was like, I need to take in oxygen here. So absolutely take time in not just practicing breath work, but being in stillness, I'm hearing, because when we're in stillness, that's when we can find that time to really just release that tension. What I'm really loving about this card as well, like I was saying, going back, throat chakra, back to the color. I was just going to point out the blue color on this card. Again, we're talking about the throat chakra. So some of you really do need to speak your truth. I'm also picking up on another message I did recently about this is going to really resonate for those of you who speak through music to speak your truth. So yes, if you're someone who is a singer or a songwriter or something along those lines, then this is definitely a message for you. That's your confirmation. But when we're talking about the feminine and masculine, for me, the colors that resonate with those journeys are the blue and purple. A lot of blue happening on this card, and it landed on the Earth Warriors, which to me, the purple is the opposite to the blue. So we're going to get a message on that. But we are also going to dive into the guidebook for the Seeds of the Sacred Feminine. And I also want to point out that there's two individuals on this card. So I'm picking up a dual energy, like a duality, masculine, feminine, needing to balance the masculine and feminine. Too far in the masculine, right? This card is a lot of blue happening here. We got to take it back to the inner feminine, the purple. Like this card, like literally shot out like a nunchuck on that deck. So I really am picking up those dual energies. And for some of you on the twin flame journey, I just wanted to put that out there as well. I am picking up on that energy. So I'm going to take a breath and we're going to look into this card here. So you have been holding your breath, grandchild. It is time to fill your lungs with life-giving air and become one with the sacred element. Expand your chest. Take a moment and breathe deeply. In, out. Your breath is one with the breath of life. You have noticed that your breathing occurs whether you think about it or not. This perfect breathing system, you alive on your earth walk and This perfect breathing system keeps you alive on your earth walk and connects you with your spirit. Breathe. Focus your attention on the gentle in and out of your breath. How does it feel? Slow your breath down to the count of 5 for both the inhale and the exhale. Notice how life breathes you. Give over to this gentle, balanced cycle. Receive the stillness of the sacred feminine as it emerges with every conscious breath. Can you feel this stillness? Fill your mind and body. Create space within your lungs and give gratitude for life. When you enter the sacred feminine space of stillness and gratitude, you open to life and remember your communion with creation. So some of you really have forgotten about that message about disconnect. You've forgotten about how connected you truly are to everything. all of us as humans here on Earth are connected to every living thing on this planet, that being Mother Earth, the plants, the animals, each other as people. So some of you have forgotten that. And when you take that time to just breathe, that remembrance will come back to you. And that feeling of loneliness and isolation will leave you, and you will return back to your state of independence and flow and creative essence. I mean, just like we said here, I just want to get back to it here. Open to life and remember your communion with creation. You know, when we're creating, you know, we in our own rights are creators, as we have the ability to create. And the ability to create, creation comes from the house of the inner feminine. And so really strong guidance there about that inner feminine. And now we're going to go ahead and get our Earth Warrior Oracle on that. And the stone I have on that deck today is the Hope Stone. So some of you are really feeling like you need hope and inspiration to reconnect with who you truly are. And this is also a stone made out of jasper. So again, you might want to look into the stone jasper. Jasper is very grounding. And this is a really interesting message because what was I going to say in regards to that? I just got so sidetracked for a second. Yes, some of you, like I was feeling very high vibing, like Empress, High Priestess kind of energy. And, you know, that is a very spiritual, very high chakra energy. But we also have the jasper here reminding us about grounding. I'm hearing earthing. So some of you might benefit from, while you're taking that time to take a breath, go sit outside in nature if you can. I'm actually seeing someone sitting underneath a tree with your back up against the tree, because that's going to help you to really connect not only with Mother Earth, but with your inner feminine. Let's go ahead and get our Earth Warrior on this. A little extra support. I don't usually go this in depth with this reading, so let's find out a little extra message of support for us as we reconnect with that inner feminine. I'm hearing with that flow of abundance. Ooh. We have Pachakarmat coming out. This is number 32, Nourishment of the Soul. Right? So I was even saying, you know, that advice about connecting with water. Some of you might benefit from like a, you know, just like a shower or a spiritual bath at home. And I'm feeling for some of you that's going to be very, very nourishing. And that really does help us to nourish the inner feminine as well when we do those things for ourselves, those acts of self-love, when we care and nurture ourselves. There's also a lot of green, and I'm really feeling drawn to, again, the chakra system, the heart chakra. I think I even said the word compassion earlier in this. There was a message about feeling disconnected from that more compassionate side of ourselves, our feelings and emotions. And so a message about, I was talking about grounding, yes, right? Connecting with nature, that's going to help to really open you up. Opening up that state of flow I'm hearing. And then I really also love the color matching on these cards. A lot of, you know, greens, blues happening here. But we're also going to dive into the guidebook for the Earth Warriors. I'm also seeing a lot of third eye activation. Oh my goodness, that couldn't come to me for a second. But let's go ahead and get into the message. Also, the number 5 is very strong here, representing change, okay? I went the wrong way. I went to a different card, actually. I went to Mama Quila, which is the mandala of the moon, right? So I was already talking about those eclipse energies have really gone and confused us just a little bit about just thrown us off course in regards to remembering who we truly are. Because again, this time of disconnect, you know, it doesn't happen just with outside of us, it happens within us. So I love that I was kind of guided onto that message. But we're going to go ahead and get the actual message. Where are we going? Nourishment of the soul. All right. So you are granted the gifts of fertility, creativity, and earthly abundance to support all needs. That's exactly everything I said. For nourishing body, mind, and soul, and to live your life fully and to be capable of manifesting your divine purpose. Wow. Give yourself permission to nourish your body and provide your heart, your mind, and your soul with whatever they hunger for, meaning sweetness, divine love, and the freedom to be authentic. I love that. I want to pause right there for a second, because in the first take that I tried to do of this, the Fool came out in the reverse, and what I was picking up is we were holding back our ability to really seize opportunities, to take those risks. Okay, so I really picked that up. When you feed yourself that which nourishes you wisely and generously, okay? Don't be stingy. Generously feed into yourself. Nourish your soul generously. You shall become one with who can also feed the world for which it truly hungers, which ties into my message about allowing the pain and the discomfort that we encounter in our journey to be the fuel that feeds your fire, and that fire being your passion. And when you ignite your own fire, and when you let it rage on unapologetically with passion and compassion, not with aggression, other people see that, and they want to not only stand in that light, but they want to embody that for themselves. And so you serve as a guiding post. So I hope that this message has helped to find that extra encouragement on where you truly stand in your path right now. You are not your feelings. You are not your emotions. For some of you, that has been a limiting belief. There's still some healing that needs to be. I talked about that too. Oh my gosh, another one of those recordings I tried to do, the 5 of Cups was there. And I was saying that it's like, I got so sidetracked again. I don't know what it is with those past messages that were just like, I don't know why. It's like Spirit just doesn't want me to go back to that message. Moving on. I'm hoping that this has helped some of you out there. I want to end on, again, looking at the fact that we're stepping into the 11:11 gateway, being a time for accelerated awakening and manifestation. Don't allow the pain that you are experiencing and have experienced, right, the inner healing. Don't let that pain hold you back. But for some of you, it was a limiting belief about the inner healing. I don't know why. I'm apparently not supposed to give that message right now. Maybe that's meant for a personal I'm supposed to do later on. We'll figure that out. But again, strong guidance to be connecting with that inner feminine. Be very mindful of your thoughts at this time, because thoughts become things. We're in a time of high manifestation. So don't be caught up in a negative mindset. Reconnect with that inner feminine and find that more compassionate side of yourself, Because you are a light that guides other people. No matter how disconnected you're feeling right now, who you are hasn't changed. Again, yes, that's what I was getting at. You are not your feelings. You are not your emotions. For some of you, there is trauma in the past. That's what that Five of Cups was about. You are fixated on something from the past. So for some of you, there's healing that needs to be done in regards to, you believe that you are your emotions and your feelings, but that's not true. You are in control of your mind, of your thoughts, of your feelings, of your body. This is an affirmation I use for myself all the time. For my physical health, I'm recovering from, the effects of how a low vibration from trauma has impacted my physical being. And an affirmation that has helped me tremendously on my journey is reminding myself and my body that I am in control of my body. So I'm going to leave it there. And if you're wanting more guidance on your journey, you can always reach out for a personal by email, but I will never email you offering you anything paid or free. Never trust those scammers. And I'll see you in the next reading.